Now let's go through the last video he made about Hannah at this time.
I thought I'd do one more video and then I'm over the drama. It's time to move on with some more inspirational videos. But lastly, we're going to do a video here talking about, you can just pause the video anytime. This is not a hate video, just sharing my comments and criticisms, sharing the evidence, and you, the viewer, can make up your own mind. Am I a sexual predator, or did someone just get angry and say some stuff that was untrue?
So he had emails, Instagram messages, recordings, Skype calls, but he didn't show any of this, and the evidence that he ends up showing is him having threatened Hannah to say she wasn't raped. And the way he got Hannah to make this statement was that he promised that it would stop if she did. It says, Dana says, everything you say can and will be used against you. I guarantee it.
Anything that you say to a narcissist can and will be used against you at some point. I can guarantee it.
And he did. Because Hannah made this several videos earlier. But what he did was he took a screenshot and then he continued to make video after video. So it's clear that he didn't just want to clear his name. He wanted to try to destroy Hannah. And then when he continued to make videos, Hannah obviously removed this comment again because he didn't stop. And then he brings up this comment. And here you can see a message of Hannah sending me a screenshot of what Harley told her. And you can see that Hannah just said she just wanted to stop already. Now let's talk a little bit about false confessions.
Dr. Melissa Rusano is an expert in investigative research, including the process of interrogation and confession. Confessing is the worst thing to do, right? Like, that's what you need to avoid at all costs.
Yes, when you're not in the situation of being convinced that it's actually your best option.
But that's kind of what I want to do today. I want to see how easy it is to get a false confession from someone. How do I do that?
One way is minimization techniques. You've got to get them to believe that their best option out of this situation to make this end is to confess.
He promised that it would stop.
There are other techniques as well, like maximization. Right?
Okay.
So they have to believe that if they don't confess, things are going to be worse, that the punishment will likely be more severe, and so their best option in the moment is to confess to you.
Now, I'm not going to put that information on the internet yet. I don't feel I have to, but there's a lot more. This is just scratching the surface. So would you like some more proof, and what proof would you like? Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see emails, Skype conversations recorded, screenshots recorded, Instagram messages recorded.
One other technique is befriending them, where you're lulling the suspect into a false sense of security, to trust you.
So as you can see, Harley used every technique he could to get a false confession out of Hannah.
With all these tools in mind, I was ready to try to get a false confession. You falsely confessed today.
I see that.
How do you feel?
I feel mad at myself because I'm usually the one who, like, just sticks to what, is right, or try to at least.
So what happened today?
It was just scary, I guess, because it's an environment I've never been in before, and then just, like, all the pressure, it was just like, well, I guess I should just sign it and say that I did it.
Despite knowing she was innocent and knowing that she was admitting to breaching a contract, Deja signed a confession. How easy it is to get someone to confess to something without even punching them or waterboarding them.
It's messed up, actually.
Isn't it?
It's really crazy.
So listen to what the girl said. She said it was an environment she had never been in. It was scary. It was all the pressure. And you have to remember, this situation is nothing like the situation Hannah was in. Hannah's life was being destroyed.
Holy.
All right, Daniel, I will be right back. Do you need anything?
No.
Water? Okay. I'll try and be quick.
Witnessing the interrogation was instructive, but frightening. I was eager to hear from Daniel just why he went from strongly resisting to agreeing to sign a false confession.
So first of all, I want to tell you you're not in any sort of trouble.
Okay.
You're in no trouble, and you were never in any trouble.
Yeah.
In fact, we are studying interrogation and false confession techniques.
Oh shit. Sorry, excuse my French. Scared the hell out of me.
Sorry about that.
Take a seat.
It really freaked me out because I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, as you probably saw, I was basically ready to walk out. I don't know, the whole thing kind of I started getting really angry, honestly.
I bet.
I could tell at the end.
She's such a nice person. You signed a letter saying that you admitted to cheating. I know you didn't. You knew you didn't.
Because I felt like she had the upper hand. I kind of just felt like, it's probably my easiest way to get out of here, like a false confession. Like, as I was doing something or admitting to something that I didn't do, you don't really think fully. It's kind of like there's so much anxiety building, and, it's kind of like, I don't know what to do. It's just like, I'm going to do whatever she tells me to do, just because I don't want to like make the situation worse.
And just imagine, we spent, I don't know exactly how long we were in here, but it couldn't have been more than 10 minutes.
Felt like she had the upper hand, easiest way out of the situation, anxiety, didn't want to make it any worse. And she did this in 10 minutes. And Harley went after Hannah for days. But some people could see through what was happening here, like this commenter, Carrie Ford, who said, "You might say that he didn't rape you, but I'll tell you, as a woman involved in similar situations and who has been abused and who studies the psychology of abuse, his use of his position of power, married with his verbal manipulation and physical forcing of issues you've already said no to, are forms of rape, abuse, and intimidation. Often, rape victims don't realize they've been raped until later on." As I said earlier in this video, I don't think Hannah fully realized what had happened to her until we went through the situation together. But at this point she did know. It was just that she felt this was the easiest way out, and that's why she said it. She also had people trying to get into her Facebook at this time, and by people I mean one certain person. Again, this is nothing new.
However, several people have tried to hack my Facebook account, probably to post that type of thing, take a screenshot and then delete it.
I'm pretty sure this was Harley trying to get into Hannah's Facebook so he could post from her account. And he has shown that he's even willing to create fake Facebook accounts to fabricate evidence, as he has done with Freely. Here you can see his Tumblr posting a made-up conversation between the two. Here you can see Freely posting a link to the fake profile. And here you can see the fake profile. It looks like it's Freely's profile, but you can see it only has one friend, Harley. So this is what he's willing to do to make people believe his stories. Actually fabricating fake evidence. The reason I'm showing you this is because it would not surprise me if he did this to Hannah after part 5. As Hannah said, he is willing to do anything to make people believe him. But if we go through the rest of Hannah's message, you can see that she's saying that he's arguing against allegations that have never been made. The video is full of lies, threats, and is completely unjustified. The whole issue began when Harley said publicly that other men's behavior of inviting young women to their place in order to ask them for sex was sexually predatory. He was the one who labeled that behavior as sexually predatory, and knowing what I know, I chose to speak up because that behavior that he labels as sexually predatory is exactly what happened with me. Hannah also wrote, "Since I made that video, I've been messaged by 3 other women who have had similar experiences to me." So if Hannah just made this whole thing up to sell ebooks, that doesn't really make sense. And I'll go through the messages she received later on.